They introduced him on a Monday. Efficiency consultant, the CFO said, like it was a title and not a threat. Matt looked 30, if we were being generous. Perfect teeth, a fade that screamed startup Instagram, and confidence fueled entirely by LinkedIn motivational posts. He smiled at the camera, like he'd already decided which furniture to throw out and whose inbox to empty first. His eyes found me. Dana Miller, 42, 10 years running compliance operations that kept this company from accidentally going to jail. I didn't flinch. I'd survived worse than a Harvard MBA with a haircut and an inflated ego. By lunch, I heard him in the break room, joking about legacy roles and phasing out boomer infrastructure. I'm 42, not a boomer. But in Matt's world, if you didn't automate your coffee break, you were obsolete. Tuesday morning brought the first real warning. I logged into the internal dashboard. My dashboard. The one I built, documented, and protected for 5 years, and received 3 separate access-denied screens. HR explained politely that all requests now went through Matt. I didn't argue. I just sipped my coffee, opened a private terminal, and made sure the backups were current. Every license, every expiration date, every certification tied to my name, double-checked, encrypted, and copied to a private drive. By Wednesday, Matt had reassigned my inspection prep to a marketing intern who thought FDA stood for Food Design Aesthetic. She asked if redesigning the lunchroom posters would help. Meanwhile, I was told to reorganize the janitorial supply shelf. Foundational, he said, like mold. Thursday, he scheduled a huddle in the open floor plan, an exorcism of common sense. Some of our team members with legacy responsibilities will be reassessed to ensure alignment with our lean strategy, he said. His eyes lingered on me, probably expecting a flinch. I smiled instead. Not a smile of fear, but a bear trap smile. The kind you give when someone thinks they've cornered a predator. Later that afternoon, I printed my contract. Section 7C. Everyone skips that clause. Not me. If my position ended, all company-paid licensing authority and regulatory certifications tied to me would be automatically revoked within 48 hours. Nobody noticed when I left the building that evening, but I noticed Matt's eyes follow me like a lion staring at a cow, unaware that cow had access to predator drones. Friday came like a slow-motion disaster. They'd phased me out publicly, but had no clue that my legacy credentials were wired into every critical compliance system. Vendor shipments froze, FDA audit alerts went unanswered, and internal dashboards began lighting up like a Christmas tree of red alerts. Matt tried to update the contact info. He couldn't. None of his team had the federal authority, and the automatic fail-safes I installed quietly over the years began shutting down operations one by one. By mid-morning, upper management was calling. Procurement couldn't confirm shipments. Vendors reported suspended accounts. Clients started emailing legal. Matt was panicked. HR was confused. Junior analysts were Googling license reinstatement procedures, like baking tutorials. Meanwhile, I was at a cafe, sipping a peppermint latte, watching the emails ping on my phone. Every alert, every red flag, every blocked shipment, they were math. 1 + 1 = Matt just fired the wrong person. Monday morning, the CEO strolled in. Gregory T. Winslow, tan glowing, silk shirt still creased from whatever Monaco resort he'd floated back from. "Morning, folks," he said, oblivious. By the time he hit the executive floor, he had 3 unread urgent compliance emails and a voicemail ending with the words non-compliance disaster. He walked into the operations pod expecting turbulence. Instead, he found a plane crash. Operations frozen. Vendor contracts stalled. Audits failing. Certifications invalid. Revenue dashboards flatlined. He turned to Matt. "Who's handling this?" Every head turned to Matt, who now looked less like a visionary and more like a kid who just flooded the school gym with glitter glue. Gregory opened my termination paperwork, read the clause silently, then finally muttered, "You fired the license holder." Matt blinked. Responsibilities? Redundant. Gregory laughed. Not like a joke. More like someone who just realized they'd been handed a ticking bomb. Meanwhile, I was at home, in sweatpants, eating cereal, scrolling through Slack screenshots from my anonymous allies. Junior analysts, blissfully unaware, had been clicking through the dashboard trying to update my authority. Every failed login, every rejected APA call, every red alert that lit up. They were the dominoes falling exactly where I knew they would. By lunchtime, the auditors arrived. Random, annual, totally legitimate inspections. They asked for the license holder. Silence. The office scrambled. Matt tried logging into the federal portal using my credentials. Access denied. User not found. Reinstatement required full recertification. Average timeline, 4 to 6 weeks. By 3 p.m., Gregory T. Winslow finally grasped it. Operations couldn't proceed without a certified officer. The revenue dashboard froze. Vendors stopped shipping. Clients were on hold. And I? I was at a nail salon, watching my freshly painted midnight burgundy nails dry, sipping tea, utterly unconcerned. Power doesn't shout, it just walks away, and sometimes it leaves chaos behind.